SMT Nation, we back nation. I want to try to see if maybe I can help out some people who may have had these issues in the past and don't understand what happened and what you're responsible for as a wireless customer. I also want to give you guys kind of a warning as to how these wireless customer companies work and how to best deal with these things in the future. Let's talk about this Florida man hit with a $143,000 phone bill after his trip in Europe. Link for the article will be in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video, and if you're new here, subscribe and turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks, this video is just a follow-up to this story. I think we covered this in the past, but I wanted to do the follow-up because we now know more details. There was like an interview with the Florida man, and he was describing all the things that happened, and then some other disclosures from T-Mobile actually came out into this article as well. So here's what happened. This gentleman goes to Switzerland or Sweden, I forget where he went, and used like 9.5 gigs of data while he was on that 3-week trip. To be honest with you guys, a 3-week trip to Europe and using 9.5 gigs of data, that's not crazy. That's almost a billing cycle, right? It's 3/4 of a billing cycle. For someone to use maybe 10 or 20 gigs of data in a month, I think realistically that's pretty standard, right? I think the typical or average T-Mobile customer uses somewhere around 20 or 30 gigs of data, right? So it doesn't seem outlandish to me. But the issue is he has an older plan that didn't actually support international use at a standard rate. You're paying, international roaming rates. So that 9.5 gigs of usage turned out to be $143,000. T-Mobile said the bill was good. He owed it. He got an attorney. The attorney reached out to T-Mobile, and then the story hit the press and then all that. And then T-Mobile said, we're going to wipe the slate clean. You don't owe us any money, right? Just the standard bill or whatever it is, right? So it worked out to his favor and ended up, not being, horrible for the person. But the reason I made this video, the honest to goodness truth, why I made this video is, guys, this Florida man called T-Mobile and says he travels frequently and always calls T-Mobile to make sure that he is covered when he travels. Why this particular country was an issue, I don't know. If he had been traveling and everything was fine and fantastic and never had billing issues in the past, something was specific to this country that made it so it was an issue. All right, so check which countries you have international roaming access to when you leave the country. That's one thing you could do. Another thing is to check to see what stuff is included in your plan, obviously. Calling T-Mobile should be good enough to get you, cleared away and aware of what's going on, what the gig of usage will cost you and how much your bill will be and those types of things. But that failed him in this case because he did his due diligence and they still, confronted him with this bill. The only solution to this problem is when you travel internationally is to get a local SIM. There is no other way. I understand you want to have your phone on you and you want to have your line active. I would recommend doing call forwarding maybe. Maybe, have that line active on a device or on the same device, but just don't answer the calls, and then call them back on the other number. You have to find some kind of solution that is going to keep this from happening. This could have been worse. He could have been on the bill for this. It worked out in his favor and things turned out okay, but local SIMs are the way to go, folks. I don't know how else to kind of say it. Maybe just doing a little bit of homework in some local carriers. A lot of them do, eSIM now and those types of things. I don't know any other way that's going to be foolproof. Even if it is for 3 weeks, even if it is for a week, I recommend it. Hopefully this helps you understanding kind of how things are going and what you can do to mitigate and prevent these issues in the future. But tell me what you guys think and how this all played out and what you do whenever you travel. Comment down below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.